Hello YouTube, I'm Musikev, and this is now Musikev Makes Music. The following songs you're about to hear are songs that I did for the Schoolhouse Rock superhero mashup of Cleveland Concoction. Please note the shirt. Anyway, I hope you enjoy the following songs. Hey, do you know about that UN thing? Do you know about the governments? Can you tell me about the Sokovia Accords? Hey, learn about the UN here. In 2016, I'm told the delegation did concur to write a list of principles so danger won't occur. The Avengers were just starting out a whole brand new assembly. So delegators spelled it out, the things that they should be. And they put those principles down on paper, and they called it the Sokovia Accords, and the Avengers debated it ever since then. The basic idea of the Sokovia Accords was to provide legal protection and limits to superheroes. The Avengers will no longer be a private group now. They will operate under the UN supervision. Register with the United Nations. Provide their biometric data. Wear the tracking bracelets at all times. And not ever create NAI. These statements must be followed by anyone who acts past international boundaries. In 2016, I'm told the delegations all sat down to write a list of principles that's known the world around. The Avengers were just starting out a whole brand new assembly. So delegators spelled it out, the things that they should be. And it goes something like this. The Avengers will no longer be a private group now. They will operate under the UN supervision. Register with United Nations. Provide their biometric data. Wear the tracking bracelets at all times. And not ever create NAI. These statements must be followed by anyone who acts past international boundaries. Acts past international boundaries. Love the ocean. Save the ocean. Make a commotion. Save the ocean. 2/3 of the world is covered in ocean, and the superhero saving it makes a big commotion. 'Cause every single living thing under the sea listens to the commands of Aquaman. Black Manta is my main enemy, messed up each other's families. He killed my son at 2, it was bad, made my blood boil, and I killed Manta's dad. Love the ocean. Save the ocean. Make a commotion. Save the ocean. Then CHARYB spelled trouble for a hand like this. His powers went and cancelled mine. No fish could understand my line. He laughed at me with a mwahaha, then fed my hand to a piranha. I've heard it said my hook looks great, but it makes it hard to shake hands. Save the ocean. Make a commotion. Save the ocean. The ocean, M-A-S-T-E-R, for citizens of the sea spells danger. My half-brother from my father's loins, it's true, but he uses piracy and evil to hurt you. For his evil trident channels his power, and he uses technology for deeds so sour. He threatens to conquer what I treasure, for he prevents all my leisure. Members of the Justice League frequently forget all about me, but notice now, if you would please, that I beat my enemies with ease. They like to sit around and tease, but enemies in my domain flee. For all these creatures in the deep blue sea obey my words, so don't mess with me. Love the ocean. Save the ocean. Make a commotion. Save the ocean. Yeah, save the ocean, y'all. Aquaman out.
Zero?
Yeah. A man with zero powers can do wonderful things. In fact, Zero Powers is my hero. How can zero powers make a hero, you may ask? Well, there are all kinds of heroes, you know. A man can get to be a hero for having alien DNA that makes him stronger, or by some chemical accident that makes him last longer. And then there are heroes that are less quiet. They have abilities due to their diet. But a hero doesn't have to be a person, you know. A hero can be a big mutant who comes to your rescue, or a young boy who is bit by something that made his life new. But let me tell you about my favorite heroes. My heroes, Zeros. Such funny little heroes. But until you came along, we relied on alien shows. Now you're here to stay. There's nobody really knows how wonderful you are, why we could not go very far without you, Zeros, my heroes, how wonderful you are.
So wonderful about a zero.
Got no powers, right? Sure, it's nothing alone. But give a zero a bow, and you got yourself a pro. See how impressive that is? When you run out of arrows, then they can fight hand to hand. See how impressive that is? That's really with only some heroes, including that Zero. You could fight as long as you could ever know. They may be gods, but they need someone to keep them down to earth. With $10 billion, any research-savvy Zero can invent a few gadgets that can help them with foes, or allies who go a bit rogue, and neighbors' foes. And nobody really knows how wonderful you are, why the League would never be a star without that Zero, my hero. Zero, how wonderful you are. So Zero in a comic, and your readers can see themselves as him. See how easy that is? Place 2 zeros in matching armor suits and you multiply their power by 100. See how awesome that is? Place 3 zeros in the same comic book and you've got a hero with 2 long-lasting sidekicks like Batman, Robin, and Batgirl, and Alfred. Forever and ever, these zeros, my heroes, how wonderful they are. Down, 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 tragedy. Chasing the Green Goblin, 'cause he took my Gwen. He dropped her straight down from way up. Quickly let my web fly out, won't hit the ground. Wish she survived the rescue, but now my mood is down. She's a victim of gravity. Everyone keeps dying young on me. No matter where I go, tragedy's there I know, just pulling me down, down. It's all around town now. Buried her body deep inside the ground. When I lift myself up, can feel it pulling down. Started with Uncle Ben, there was rain, and then he's a victim of down, 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 tragedy, yeah. While I fought Ares. His gas experiments were about to be released. A plane had taken off from Earth to drop bombs on England. Certain destruction comes partially due to gravity. My ally Steve Trevor boarded that plane fast. My ally Steve Trevor died in the plane's big blast. I believe in love can save the world, so I will fight. And I will give for the world that world I know can be. Without any deaths to keep the world grounded. There'd be no consequence, fears be unfounded. But main characters don't, and so sidekicks are risked. Many Robins go down, 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 down. Yeah. Barry Allen's mother also shared that fate. A long time afterwards, he said, I'll just accelerate. But he went and created Flashpoint, showing that it couldn't be undone without major consequences to the timeline. So he had to go back and allow the death to happen in order to fit everything again. More tragedy. Don't call it a trope, don't you even try. When heroes lose some hope, cause someone close died. It's just to affect you emotionally. They're victim of down, 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 tragedy. Shoo-be-doo, down, down, down. Real quick, it's a minor spoiler alert for Black Panther if you haven't seen it yet. Based on the date that I'm publishing this is why I have to say that. Anyway, moving on. Rockin' and a rollin', crashin' and a minin', way past the horizon, what can it be? Wakandans had 5 tribes in a place they called their own. In their land, Africa, they hoped for a better home. They finally knocked on a space rock and someone said, look here. It won't be of this earth, but at this point I don't care. They came together, all but one tribe. They swore their loyalty until the very end. Anything you say, King, it's okay, King. You know it's kinda scary on your own. Gonna build a new land the way we planned. Technology to power till it's grown. They mined vibranium, they built their tech piece by piece. And day by day they grew until their land was utopia. They looked around, yeah, up and down, and someone said, hooray! With great bats to protect us now, we should be safe here today. They knew that now they'd have their own land. The Wakandan king still vowed he'd hide them till the end. Anything you say, king, do my way now. Anything I say, do it my way. We shall always be independent, 'cause it's dangerous the other way. He sent out some spies, he wanted to know the world. Back in Wakanda, he just sat and heard. He heard some stories about some of these spies. No, the world was unfair. But when some spies complained, the king said, I don't care. He even had the nerve to abandon a young child. To put it kindly, king, some tempers it riled. Gonna show you how you feel, going to see. I'll turn your land into a land that belongs to me. He wanted no more of their king. He knew the time had come for him to take command. It's very clear you're being unfair, king. No matter what you say, I won't obey. Gonna challenge you in combat, then I'm gonna run it all my way. With me as king, I'm gonna burn the heart-shaped herbs. I'm gonna help the people I want. We're gonna run things my way. Nobody's gonna end up like me. Rockin' and a rollin', crashin' in a mine, and way past the horizon, what can it be? Looks like a battle of Wakandan kings. This next one is dedicated to Tony Isabella, the creator of the character I'm singing about, who was also at Cleveland Concoction, and he just was able to miss my performance. So here it is, this is dedicated to him. There's a new old hero back on the streets. He uses a taking down a gang in Freeland. He uses shocking foes but staying hid. He uses where do you think he has come from? This guy using created in the Bronze Age, and his power is his name is Jefferson Pierce, a school teacher. Even his daughters have some powers just like him. His bolts usually stun his foes he generates. He's also ionized the atmosphere he uses. Now, even though the new series hasn't completely explained all of his powers yet, based on the other DC series by CW, I believe he'll come into his own soon. Now, we finally have a TV superhero who does more than shoot arrows or run fast, or be a cousin of Superman. He makes his powers go way beyond what others can do with their. He can even turn himself into real lightning. It's all up. His powers also let him move things magnetically. Electricity. His forces even let him create force fields with. When he is done with the rest, he can absorb electricity, like from power plants, but that drains a city block. He would get some strength and speed from it, but he prefers to use a storm. But any source of electricity works. He zaps him with more strength of 100 is the gang's name, makes a foe of. Tobias Whale is the head, the worst foe, push back against. But before too long, this gang will be losing to powerful stuff, so watch him go. He's potent. Electricity. Walt Disney came from Chicago, made Mickey in CA. His shared studio grew bigger, still making films like Bambi. He mastered animation, but that wasn't enough. He paid fares to other companies and had them melted in. Disney, the corporation, with its pile of money, use the profits that they've got to make the Disney corporate melting pot, the great Disney corporate melting pot. America was led by corporations, but fought against monopolistic ways. These principles still stick, but Disney thinks it's slick, so they buy every superhero clique. They simply blend right in, even though it might be a sin. It doesn't matter where they're from or who created it. Jump right in to the great Disney corporate melting pot. The great Disney corporate melting pot. They have Pixar and Marvel too. They now own the X-Men, Cap, Spidey, Iron Man, Fantastic Four, Deadpool, Cable, Wasp, Black Panther, Vision, Ant-Man, Falcon, Black Widow, Hawkeye, Quicksilver, though he's dead, Thor, Hulk, of course, the Guardians, plus the Incredibles too. The corporation, with its pile of money, use the profits that they've got to make the Disney corporate melting pot, the great Disney corporate melting pot. What good acquisitions, Disney's machinations. They bought the characters' rights, their images and stories. They filled the factories with their merch to sell to the whole world. Go on and ask your parents, beg them for all these toys. It's great for a Disney corporation that figurines bring joy. Disney the corporation, with its pile of money, use the profits that they've got to make the Disney corporate melting pot, the great 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 Disney corporate melting pot. At this point, I would like to remind everybody that this is a parody and free use section of YouTube, and that's what I'm doing right now. So please don't sue me, Disney. Infinity. Sometimes I want to search for stones of infinity. Seems like I need an awful lot for ruling and killing and thriving. Strength and murder are arriving. Infinity. Fine, I'll be doing it myself. Infinity. Mind, reality, power, space, and soul, time. Infinity. You know their sources spell Thanos my name. Through leading and demanding, I'm sure to get my own gauntlet on. Infinity. Those stones are sure to be mine soon. First, I'll tell Loki to give me the Tesseract. Then I'll take the orb from possession of Nova Corps. Next, I'll take that aether from the so-called collector. I'll next pull the stone from Vision's head. Then take the necklace off Strange's neck. Infinity. The soul stone is as good as mine now. Then my gauntlet will be its unbeatable full strength. Heroes may try, but they will be kept at a right arm's length. I'll be their final destruction. I'll force past any mortal obstruction. Infinity describes my might quite well. Now, in the comic books, you know, the ones the movies are based on, a squirrel girl managed to defeat Thanos. I mean, come on, man. But luckily there's no such hero in the Marvel cinema. But on the other hand, Deadpool once did it. So it seems unlikely too. But who knows who will defeat him? I guess we'll wait to know. Who knows what's going to happen in the brand new Marvel show? Infinity. With this I'll cause death and darkness. Infinity. I'll do it, proving myself to mistress. Death, I will show you all my love. All I gotta do is put on this glove. Infinity. I just gotta gather you up. So don't be cross when Thanos comes down to fight Earth's heroes. Just know that he's better motivated than those full zeros. No matter if they try harder, victory moves further and farther. Infinity. I'm gonna be ruling it all. Alright, for this next one, I want you to think crossover junction, not conjunction junction. I'll sing along with the first part, but I'm going to leave the chorus to the YouTube video that I'm playing off of. Crossover junction.
What's your function?
Hooking up teams and heroes and villains. Crossover junction.
How's that function?
I got 3 favorite ways that get most of these jobs done.
Conjunction junction.
What's their function? I got and, verse, and meets. They'll get you pretty far. And, usually for teams like Bats and Robin. Verse, you 2 heroes want to fight. Batman versus Soups. And then there's meets, when heroes or villains join up. Bats meet Scoob. And verse meets, they get you pretty far. Crossover junction.
What's your function?
Hooking up 2 heroes and making them then fight. Hulk vs. Batman, Soups vs. Martian, Hulk vs. Thor. Man, they're sore. Spidey vs. Daredevil, Avengers vs. X-Men, Wonder Woman, and there's Aquaman 2. Spidey vs. Soups, Bats vs. Cap. Usually it's a trap. Crossover junction.
What's your function?
Hooking up heroes in teams, or you can do villains with them. Spider-Man and Deadpool, or villain. Superman and Lex. And what's next? Justice League and Teen Titans and Captain America or Batman and anyone. What's your function? Hooking up franchise and teams that balance or don't. Archie meets the Punisher. Batman meets the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Superman and Batman meets Aliens and Predator. Star Trek meets X-Men. You can't make this stuff up, seriously. Crossover junction.
What's your function?
Hooking up the villains and making them stronger. Doctor Doom and the Masters of Evil. Legion of Doom. Hydra, the Cabal, the Rogues, the Emissaries of Evil, the Council of Kangs, the Frightful Four, the Serpent Society, the Sinister Six, the Secret Six. Seriously though, what's with the alliteration? Hooking up teams and making them function. Crossover junction.
How's that function?
I like pitting these guys against one another. Crossover junction.
Watch that function.
I'm going to make you excited for these matchups. Crossover junction.
What's your function?
I'm going to make you excited for these matchups. Crossover junction.
What's your function?
I'm going to make you excited for these matchups. So if you've watched this long, I'm guessing you're enjoying it. Alright, this is my last song that I have to do. Obviously, I'm doing this all in like one take, and I'm not using any fancy editing software or anything along those lines. So I appreciate you putting up with the low quality of the video. However, this is my last one and my favorite one, so I hope you enjoy. And if you didn't enjoy, I hope these songs are stuck in your head now. Jerk. There's a reboot here for you, ma'am, and the theme of it's clear. It says there's something darker now and filled with greater fear. Their results are due to Nolan. Bats won't kill you, it's true. But I don't have to save you. Hey, there's a new Batman out, just throw the old ones right out. It's called the Reboot System, and everybody understands that the system commands each new actor will begin a brand new story. The good old Reboot System is a way to remake, when movies are so old that they feel like a mistake. The story changes and it's retold back to you. Then directors then recast the actors too. There's a reboot here for you, sir, better than the Raimi one. But the second one was too much, so in Civil War it was done that a third reboot was started, where Spider-Man should say, Stark, for the love of God, don't hit on my Aunt May. There's a new Spider-Man out, just throw the old ones right out. It's called the reboot system, and everybody understands that the system commands each new actor will begin a brand new story. Sometimes reboots happen when properties change hands between two companies. All the heroes they show on the big screen and such, they allow crossovers, though it may seem a bit much. There's a reboot here for you, kid, and it's just an awful time. It's the story of 4 heroes. Trank really did a crime. He should have been embarrassed, 'cause the movie really sucked. The first one was better, but now we are, well, their new Fantastic Four's out. Just throw the old ones right out. It's called the reboot system, and everybody understands that the system commands each new actor will begin a brand new story. At least there is a chance now that Disney can try to reboot once again the 4 with less question why. I mean, the bar's not set high for reboot number 3, but really it's never been since the Surfer story. Hey, there's a new movie out, just throw the old ones right out. It's called the reboot system, and everybody understands that the system commands each new actor will begin a brand new story. Thanks again for watching and listening.